Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Happy 18th day of Inkvent. Today is also my secular birthday, and my Hebrew birthday is going to begin at sundown tonight. This will be the first time since the year I was born that they have been on the same day. Most people's Hebrew and secular birthdays overlap way sooner than 46 years and multiple other times in their lifetime, but you never can predict how the calendar will shape out. And because, the Hebrew dates begin at sundown, my Hebrew birthday will continue through the day of the 19th. So getting two inks as, birthday presents. Can't wait to see what's behind this door. And I've been thinking for a while, we haven't had a Starbright ink yet. Are they saving the big guns for towards the end? And we haven't had an orange ink yet either. So, who knows what's going to shape up? Maybe they really are, the best, the most awesome inks. We're putting them at the end of the calendar as, I guess, a reward for not peaking early. So let's see what's going to be my ink birthday present today. I never really understood, women in particular. I guess some guys do it too, but not nearly as many, or I guess they don't talk about it as much. They just pretend, oh, I'm turning 29 again, or I'm turning 21 again. No, you're not. Why can't you just embrace your true age already? I never saw a reason to hide it. But again, no one would guess my age. I just look a lot younger than I am. This is Laurel. Oh, actually, I was kind of hoping this ink would be my birthday present. I had seen the name in the list of the names of the inks, and green is my third favorite color. And in addition to that, the second of my two Hebrew middle names, Dafna, means Laurel in Hebrew. In other words, it's the Hebrew version of Daphne, and I chose that name because it means Laurel for many, many different reasons. The Laurel Mountains of Pennsylvania, that's a whole long personal story about, my difficult junior year of high school, and I would see them in the horizons, and it would give me a little bit of hope. Laurel is the ancient Roman symbol of victory, the wild mountain. Laurel is the state flower of my native state is Pennsylvania, my birth state, although I do consider New York state to be my true native state because I grew up there, spent way more years there. And most importantly, Laurel, after Stan Laurel, my love of Laurel and Hardy, it really, really saved me from maybe going to a dark place, God forbid, during that very difficult junior year of high school. So yay, Laurel really is my birthday gift, and I'm going to be writing some Stan Laurel quotes in my writing sample to celebrate it even more. And this is an extreme sheen. Oh, so maybe it won't be a green that ends up, but I guess we'll see when we do the swatch. That's a very dark shade of green. It's so beautiful. As I've said so many times, teal is my third favorite color, but coupled by association with teal are very dark, bright, vivid, vibrant, in your face, jewel-like tones of green, and this totally fits the damn bill to a freaking T. It's so gorgeous, beautiful, and green represents the earth and forests and moss and grasses and nature. This is really so beautiful, and it already seems like a very wet ink, A+. I'm so glad my birthday wish came true for Laurel to be the ink I got on this day. It couldn't have been more perfect. Can't wait to see what's up tomorrow when it'll be my Hebrew birthday in the daytimes. And is it trying to figure out the color of the sheen as it's starting to dry up a bit. Is this kind of like a coppery thing I'm seeing? They seem to be really fond of, I guess, coppery sheens and shimmers this year. And I'm sorry if I seem to also be overusing the word it seems or seems. I recognize lazy crutch words in other people, but we often don't see them ourselves in our videos or our writing or speech or whatever. Oh, those people, I froze. It's this annoying clickbait AI generated story Facebook account I keep seeing, and almost every single story of hers, it's I froze, everybody froze, he froze, she froze, they all froze. It's seriously, lady, teach your AI some new words already. But so yeah, it's hard to recognize faults in ourselves, even though it's easy to pick them out in other people, because we're I guess, like divorced from the situation or seeing it as an outsider, not right in there. Oh, so I don't think that's a weasel word. And I can tell someone pointed it out to me. I had like no idea. I was constantly overusing the word even in my writing. Like that's definitely something I'm sorry, I said definitely again, something I root out when I go to start like editing some of the older drafts I've written or like started to write before a certain point. This is so beautiful. It totally matches the name of Laurel, a gorgeous forest green. Hopefully this isn't bleeding through onto the other page. I just cannot stop like using this, like painting with it. I just got a little bit on the back of my hand, but you know, whatever, from sitting near the ink bottle, just press it out. This is so absolutely like beautiful, and it really evokes its name. I could totally see myself getting a full bottle, and I'm seeing like I guess some similarities, not 100%, like it's never 100% with Envy from the Diamine Cult Pens exclusive 7 Deadly Sins line. That's a beautiful, lovely green and a dark forest from Diamine as well. Of course, I always do the swatch comparisons and the final segment. This is so gorgeous. It looks like I might be seeing a bit of a red sheen as it's, you know, buckling up at the top left corner and like shining more like obviously with the light. But this, I love this color so damn much. It's a dream. It's so beautiful in writing as well as in the swatching. As always, the extreme sheen does take over on the swatch card versus in the miniature, like relatively smaller swatch I drew on my notebook. But I guess, like, of course, like certain papers have different properties as to what I'm like fumbling for words to say. Like some papers, oh, the sheen barely shows up, or is this really a sheen? I don't see anything on like the cheap notebook paper or whatever, but oh wow, it's like really popping out on this particular type of paper. And because like huge gaps make my eyes twitch, I'm going to fill that in with a smiley face. I really should learn to, you know, start planning better when I where I like write names that they're like shorter names, I guess, so there's not a huge gap. Like try to plan it for directly in the middle. And this is Diamine Inkvent 2025 day 18, and of course I will pull the tripod up and do another focus when I start writing up at the top, or maybe it'll fit in the frames. That was a humiliating mistake the day I had it almost completely out of focus, and hopefully there aren't too many, you know, annoying shadows. It is like very overcast and raining at present, and probably will be all day. And of course the natural lighting will be even worse if I postpone the video, and I don't want to, you know, like postpone like getting on YouTube and like seeing other people's like ink vent and their color vent videos just because like, oh, I'm waiting for the natural light to be 100% perfect and for the rain to go away, and that might not, you know, happen today. Inkvent. And I probably need some more, you know, practice with the glass dip pen for writing at this particular angle with my arm hanging off of the desk. But, you know, practice makes perfect, and I like to think I'm getting somewhat better at it. Day 18. And this sheen, I mean, there aren't really like so many different places you can take sheens. I learned apparently recently, oh, this is really a very distinctive red sheen. Like for example, like the blue inks with the base coat are like very like dark purple. Like they can really only go to red because like something with the molecules and the chemistry. And green inks, they can only go to like a reddish as well, or I think there's some maybe other colors like black and green, or a natural fit, or like red can sheen blue, like the opposite of like blue sheening red. But like you can't do something like outrageous. For example, like purple suddenly is sheening gold or so. I think there are some purpley inks that do have a bit of a yellowy sheen, but they can't really do like that dramatic or radical of a difference from the base color. It has to like go together, and the molecules have to work together. I'm sorry, something just went off on my computer. Like, it's so weird when like YouTube videos seem to be ended, and suddenly when you like turn the computer on the next day. Why is it playing an ad? That video is finished. But anyway, enough off-topic rambling. Just pull the swatch card off so I don't make a smudge, and it's all in frame up here. There's this, it's starting to dry up. It still feels wet-ish, and it's, you know, I guess a good sign when they, you know, pages buckle at the top. It's a very wet, well-behaving ink. I'm still really, really jamming with this ink. Couldn't have asked for like something better. Like last year on my birthday as well, they did like Vibe, which was a similar ink. I'll pull that out at the, oh damn it, I'm writing the name of the ink instead of with Diamine Inkvent on day 18. I guess I'm so freaking excited about this ink. It just totally like threw me off, but you know, whatever. Like, you know, mistakes are part of life. We learn from them, and it's not like I'm, you know, totally forgetting to put the other information on. It's just I had a brain blip. So Diamine Inkvent day 18. I mean, I already wrote day 18. Diamine Inkvent Teal Edition. I don't know where the hell my brain was going off, like early onset dementia or something. I mean, I know that's nothing to, you know, joke about, but you know what I mean. Inkvent, have to hyphenate that word. Teal Edition. Teal Edition, and this is an, oh, and I forgot to write extreme sheen after the day 18, but you know, this is a whole like learning process for me, as is writing in a notebook without lines in it. Like this is, I mean, it's really, this is not something I'm like familiar with. I need the lines to line up, so of course they're going to be all sloppy and going off on an, you know, an angle or something like that, because it's just not something I have so much practice with. Maybe tomorrow will be the first Starbright, or hopefully they're going to be having a Starbright. I'm like almost 100% sure I saw that listed when they were like saying that, oh, the inks this year will have these properties and entirely new types. Like we saw some pigment inks and pigment shimmer inks and stuff. So I will do the longer writing sample and get back to you guys. Oh, this is so pretty. I can already, even in the shorter, like smaller dip pen writing, I can see, oh, it's so beautiful. A gorgeous reddish sheen, red and green, or a perfect holiday combo. So anyway, I'll do the writing sample now. This ink proved to be an absolute joy and delight to write with. I put a little bit into surprise, surprise, yet another Benu. This is the Leto Astro Gem. I have like almost all of their Astro Gems except Midas, and I don't yet have the like a store exclusives on their website, or the Christmas Astro Gem from last year. Not particularly sure I would want those, at least not at present. The swatch card is still, looks like it's drying up. You can really see the beautiful, beautiful like reddish sheen on the top. And for the quote after my brief thoughts about the ink, I wrote something Stan said, not in one of his like movies, just a really, really astute like, observation about like many modern comedians. They're up there trying to make themselves feel better. They don't really give a crap about like the audience, what the audience wants to hear, what will make those people laugh. They're just performing to make themselves feel better. And that could also apply by extension to many like writers and artists and musicians. Oh, I like to write this, or I like to sing this, or I like to paint this, but I'm not particularly thinking, oh, maybe I need to like make some modifications because like commercial viability, or like play a little bit to modern trends, not to like, sell out, but just to make myself a little bit more like accessible to the mainstream, instead of, oh, I'm so esoteric and no one understands me, I can't do any editing, I'm above the masses, I'm so pretentious. But I've always really liked that quote. And for the comparisons, pull you guys down a little bit to get in closer. I'm still like working out how to do all these things like from last year's Inkvent, because I did think of them first of all. There was Vibe last year on my birthday, but I mean, yeah, they do have the like the reddish sheen in the top that's similar, but you can see the base coat of Vibe is a really like vibrant teal, and Laurel is like laurel colored, and there was Cosmic Glow on day 21. I ended up preferring Cosmic Glow to vibe. I mean, I love them both, but I think Cosmic Glow, the sheening effect and the base coat, they're a little bit more my personal jam. So you can see how smudgy this ink was. It's a really wet ink, but you know, Cosmic Glow's base coat it's like a dark purpley slash blue, and the beautiful reddish sheen at the top. Like extreme sheens are totally my jam, and I'll pull a Dreamcatcher from Unlucky Day number 8 this past year. I also considered, I mean, this isn't a sheen, but Sailor Shikiori Kasasagi. This was one of my free ink birthday samples from Goulet last year. Very beautiful, like dark green, and I guess yeah, and holding up to the light, it seems like there's a bit of a coppery sheen. I like this so much. I got a full bottle of it when there was a surprise ink sale at Pen Boutique. Like, I think it was over the summer. So this is a really nice, well-performing ink. And I mean, I know this is like nearly the same kind, and it's a shimmer ink as well, but the same kind of like dark green, beautiful, like foresty green undercoat, Liquid Luck from Van Diemen's. I think this might be a Pen Chalet exclusive to go with their matchingly named Liquid Luck pen, and the Diamine Dark Forest. Diamine Dark Forest is another color that really like reminds me of Laurel, at least in terms of the base undercoat. This is an absolutely gorgeous, very well performing green black. I love writing with it. I've gone through several different like fills in the same pen with this ink. For a while it was living in my Leonardo Momento Zero Foresta Umbra, and this is their 150th anniversary line from those inks. And another similarity that I was reminded of, but of course not nearly that much of a monster sheener, is Envy from the Diamine Cult Pens exclusive 7 Deadly Sins line. I love this ink too. I've like done multiple inks in a row with it a few times, and this is a fairly new one for me. Jade Noir from the Noir line at Monteverde. Hopefully I'm not going to smudge anything. I don't want to put it down right on top of the fresh writing in case it's still dry. I'm sorry if this looks unprofessional, but you know, the same beautiful, I mean, the name Noir is the clue. Very, very deep, dark, rich green, even though it's, you know, minus the sheening and a few more. I currently have this in my LaBeouf George Washington pen, Fenvesh. Hopefully I'm not mangling the pronunciation too much. It means like pine forest or boreal forest, or just pine or fir, F-I-R, in Hungarian, from Pannonia, one of my absolute favorite makers. I'm so glad I discovered them. I think it was like last year from Gold Spot, and now I can't get enough of their wonderfully well-performing inks. No sheening again, but really does match the dark, rich, dark base coat. And this, I think this looked a little bit similar to Hanover Zuld, Hanover Green, also from Pannonia. Surprise. This, I guess this might be the worst match of all the samples I pulled out, but it does have a very like close like matching, like dark greenish undercoat, particularly when like the sheen hasn't like fully taken over. I'm really totally like jamming with this Laurel ink. Don't know if I would get a full bottle, because like, I mean I love all these extreme sheens, and like they all like look a little bit differently, but I guess it, you know, kind of more than a little bit true. Like once you've had one, you don't particularly need like multiples of them, because they do look so similar. So I guess just be happy with a bottle of one for the moment, unless you really have to have, oh, the dark green ink that sheens blue. Oh, but now I want the dark purpley blue ink that sheens red. I'm sorry, green that sheens blue. It's green that sheens red, or whatever. And unless you're super into sheeners, you probably only need like one extreme sheen at a time. So I really absolutely love this ink. So happy. This was the ink I opened on my secular birthday. Can't wait to see what's coming tomorrow, when it'll be my Hebrew birthday in the daytime, which my Hebrew birthday starts at night. And I will give you guys a special blessing for my Hebrew birthday tomorrow. So thanks again for watching. Bye. I'm so sorry, it completely slipped my mind. An addendum. This is Dreamcatcher from day number 8. They look really similar. As I was just saying, you probably only really need like one bottle of extreme sheen if this is your jam, like it is for mine. But like Dreamcatcher's base coat is blue, like, though you can like barely make it out in the swatch, and Laurel is a green. So again, like, you probably don't really need all these extreme sheens, but I absolutely love them. Can't get enough of them. So thanks again for watching, for real this time. Bye.